Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk with the Wooten Sisters, where we talk about real life issues from a raw perspective. So, Lori, let's chat.
Let's chat.
All right.
So you have two topics today you wanted to talk about.
Yes. Two topics. First, because we love the Delaware City residents and our state of Delaware, we want to give a warning. I'd read an article on Delaware Online, which the Delaware public health officials are warning that heroin is possibly being laced with fentanyl. So from Monday, this past Friday to Monday, there's been 12 overdoses, 4 fatalities, and they believe that it is stemming from a bad batch coming from Camden, New Jersey, out of Camden, New Jersey. So we want you to be aware of what's going on in your city and in your state. Want you to be very careful. They have issued a warning that if you are a drug user or family member or friend of someone who is an addict or substance abuse user, please try to get treatment and keep the, what's the name of it, Lori? The the overdose reversing medication called Naxolone, Naxolone. So that in the event, that someone has an episode or overdoses, you may be able to save a life. So I just want you to be aware of that. Okay.
I have my concerns about the whole heroin epidemic, how it's an epidemic now, but it wasn't one when we had crack cocaine in our neighborhoods and it was destroying our black fathers and our families. But you leave your comments on Instagram, let us know how you feel about that subject, and we can go ahead and get into that. We don't have time now for that real talk. And what's your next one?
All right, so on a lighter note, Lori, what is going on? I want to know how you feel. What's the rave about Snoop Dogg and this gospel album?
I have no idea why you guys are so upset about Snoop Dogg being saved.
Now let us serve notice that we both are Christians. We were raised Christian, Pentecostal, apostolic, serious. We'll dance on the devil's head and speak in tongues.
I want the mic up, I'll give y'all a little shout.
But let me tell you something. I don't have a problem with Snoop Dogg, brother. We're going to call him Brother Snoop Dogg. Brother Deacon Bishop Snoop Dogg.
Apostle.
Whatever. Having this gospel album.
I'm excited about his life. I'm excited about Snoop Dogg. I'm going to go purchase the album. I don't even have an album. I don't even know how to buy an album, but I'm going to go get it.
I don't think they sell.
I'm even happy about Nicki Minaj and the whole thing she did.
This is not Nicki Minaj's time. I don't think they sell albums.
I stand with you, Snoop. I'm excited. I'm praying for your life. I'm excited.
I think that it's okay. Why the church folks so mad?
I don't know. Leave your comments again on Instagram. We want to hear from you. We want to know why you're upset about
You have
Snoop
a problem
Dogg.
with Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, God said he came for those.
Listen, let me tell you something. I like the way Snoop came back. He clapped back. Did you see the video?
He said, who got a problem?
He said, Reverend.
Who has a problem with Snoop being saved?
He said, what are you doing, Reverend? All I know is, on a serious note, Snoop Dogg has millions of followers on Instagram. Millions of followers all over.
He just made Jesus famous.
Girl, he didn't make Jesus been famous.
I know,
Don't you ever say that again.
He shouted Jesus out. He gave Jesus a shout out.
He shouted Jesus out in the hip hop world. And I can respect him for that, because he may be able to reach somebody that the preachers and the apostles and the bishops and the ministers in the church can. That's all I know. That's all I know. And I feel like this, because we want you to respond to this and leave comments on our YouTube page or wherever, on Instagram. If Snoop Dogg came into your church on Sunday and caught the Holy Ghost or walked down the aisle or went up to the altar for prayer or got his praise on, we as Christians, would you turn him away? Would you sit him down? Doesn't that make sense?
Leave your comments on Instagram.
Oh, I was going
for
in.
us. Yeah, we'll be right back.
I'm serious about it. Jeez.
After this commercial, right back.
All right. Welcome back to Real Talk with the Wooten Sisters. We are going to bring on now our very first guest, Miss Samantha Wortham of Daughters of Deborah, and she's going to talk to us today about her upcoming event and lupus awareness. So we're just going to have her bring her right on in. Hi,
Welcome,
Samantha.
Hi, ladies.
How are
Thank
you?
you so much for having me. Congratulations
you
on the
for
show. I'm so
coming.
excited
Thank
for
you,
you guys.
thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you. You look good too.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. You guys, you too.
So tell us a little bit about the event, where it's being held at, and how you kind of got involved with it.
Sure. So,
I'm
last.
sorry. Introduce yourself.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. My name is Samantha J. And I'm just the event coordinator for Daughters of Deborah, and I'm very excited about it. Last year was my first year attending. It was in Maryland. It's been going on for the past 3 years. So I'm very excited about this one. This is the first year it's going to be in Delaware. So I thought this was the perfect platform to introduce this particular retreat here in Delaware. I know it would make a big splash here.
We appreciate
So,
that.
you're
We thank
appreciate
you. We
it.
thank you.
more than welcome.
We like women events
Yes.
because we're women.
Yes, and I love supporting other women. So
Yes, we do.
Yes. So this year, the event is going to be May 10th through May 12th. It's going to be in Wilmington at the Sheraton downtown. And it's going to start out early, May 10th, and we're going to have different classes and different sessions. But the first night is really, really, really special. It's going to be a Thursday night. And that particular night, we are having a party. We're asking all the ladies to dress up in all black, wear your purple accessories, because May is Lupus Awareness Month. And that's something that's really near and dear to us because it really affects African Americans, this lupus here. And what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to have a raffle.
Okay.
And with that particular raffle, we're going to have some really good goodies in there. If you want to donate to the gift basket, you're more than happy to. All the funds that we're going to be receiving on that night actually are going to be going to lupus. So we're really excited about that. So we want to party, but we want to make sure we just party with the cause. So that's really, really important to us. So we're actually going to have some ladies in attendance that are going to be sharing their story, telling us how they live with lupus. And actually there's going to be a lupus representative on site giving us education, letting us know what lupus is all about and educating us. So it's really a lupus awareness night. We wanted to make it a little bit different than most women events, more than just preaching, more than just having sessions. We wanted to have some fun and just a reason to dress up too.
So,
Awesome.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, is there any particular reason why you got involved in this event? Was it dear to your heart?
It's dear to my heart because last year was my first year going.
Okay.
And who's hosting the event is Jason Furlow Ministries. Last year was my first year going. I was like, I grabbed all my sisters and I was like, we're going. We're gonna have a girls' getaway. Okay, and it was in Maryland, and we had an absolute blast. It was just fun to just kind of get away from work, get away from everyday life, let our hair down, laugh, have that girl time, also, and be spiritually fed. So that was really important and really fun. So this year I was like, okay, I'm being a part. I'm gonna help you guys out. I want to make it even bigger this year.
That's nice.
Oh, yes. Which you brought to my attention. She said the theme is balancing. The balancing act.
Yes, that's
The balancing act. So women balancing their lives.
Balancing your lives.
Yes.
Spiritual,
So mind, body, and
natural.
soul.
Yes, that's so very important. You know, as women, we have to balance our career, husband, maybe family, everything else. And it's so much. We kind of got to be superwoman. We got to do everything, you know, and still pull it together and
Absolutely.
be gathered. And that's, you know, that's really hard. I don't think really men or other people really understand that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you need people to gather you. Like, you know, like she gathers me because
Well, sometimes you got to be gathered.
it's work.
Yes.
Yes, but you're right. You're right. You have to be able to balance everything, or you get drained, you get tired, you find yourself depressed. I think it's a great cause. We're looking forward to coming. We can't, you know, wait to see how it goes. We will keep everybody informed. We're going to do some video, of course. You know, we like lives and videos and take some pictures. And so follow us again on Instagram and follow our blogs and keep up with that.
Another thing that you mentioned, you told me about this event, is the night where the women come in their pajamas and just have
Yes.
girls talk.
Yes.
Oh.
That sounds interesting to me. So go ahead
It's
and
going to be, that's probably was the highlight for me last year.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, it's going to be so much fun. Mother Ella Furlow, a little old lady, leads this particular event. And we talk about sex, we talk about relationships, we talk about everything. Nothing is off limits. And when I tell you it is a blast, it is a blast. I mean, it could get really, really raw. Anything that you want to ask her, she's willing to go right there with you. So everybody just comes, we just gather around. It's people that you don't even know. You end up leaving, making bonds and meeting new people and just really having a good time. So that's probably the highlight for me last year. I can't wait till this year for the chat and chill. It's going to be a
You
blast.
would like that. 'Cause she has a bunch of girlfriends,
I
girlfriend
do.
people. I'm not a girlfriend
But you know why?
person.
Because it's awesome when women can come together and just share and open up
I'm going to try to
and
do better.
share and let loose, you know, in a trustworthy environment,
Yes.
comfortable, safe environment.
Yes, no judgment zone.
Now, cost, because I don't want anybody to be deterred from coming. I know there is a cost, but at night,
So actually, I'm glad you brought that up because at
Okay.
night the services are actually going to be free.
Okay.
So if you're not able to,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's the really nice part about that. You know, you may not be getting the full benefits of the day sessions that we're going to be having, but if you can make it at night, the sessions at night are free.
Okay. That's good to know.
That's nice.
Yes.
So, but the party and the pajama party is going to
Girl
cost.
talk.
Girl talk going to cost me a couple dollars.
For you guys,
No, not for us. For if
Like-
I was coming to see it.
for now you want to have to purchase the full ticket
Oh,
to be a
purchase
part
the
of
package,
Yeah,
okay.
for be a part of Girl Talk. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, it's worth it.
Yes, it's
It's
absolutely
worth it to
worth it.
unwind.
So we're excited.
Feed
So
it to yourself.
you want to give one last invitation and tell people how they can find you?
Absolutely. What you want to do is reach out to us on Jason Furlow Ministries Facebook page. You want to reach out to us on Instagram, Jason Furlow Ministries, or you can reach out to myself, Samantha J. Wortham, and it is May 10th through the 12th. It's going to be in Wilmington, Delaware at the Sheraton downtown Wilmington.
All right. All right.
We are going to be right back with Amillion the poet. I'm so excited. So we'll be right back, guys. We're the Wooten Sisters. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Patricia. And we're here tonight at the Reed's Refuge Center to talk about the Safe City Project.
What's up with us? Jump into the interview and go ahead and see exactly what the guys are going to be talking about tonight as we really dive in how the project got started and exactly what they expect to get out of it this season.
My name is L. Rod, and I'm a hip hop artist.
Jay Levita, I'm a singer-songwriter.
I'm AJ Harding. I'm a hip hop artist / pastor.
My name is Fred Reed, entrepreneur, singer-songwriter, artist. Man, I don't got time to name them all, but
Absolutely. Jay Focus. I'm an artist, songwriter, educator.
Welcome back to Real Talk with the Wooten Sisters. We are here with Amillion the poet. He's going to talk about his upcoming event in Firefly. Hello. How are you?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Hello.
Good.
Good.
Thanks
good.
for having me.
Oh,
Thanks
we
for having
appreciate
me.
you coming on.
I'm
Yes.
feeling about to make myself
Yes,
at
yes.
home. Hold on.
Listen,
Couch
I'm
is
excited.
feeling plush.
This right here, this going to get us there. We're going to release this in, because you already like international.
Oh, Lord.
Can you take this video and send it over to your Korean followers? And
Wherever
where did
you
you just come
need it.
back from?
Last year was from DR.
Okay,
Punta
DR.
Cana.
Because I follow you on social media.
I follow you too.
So tell us a little bit about your upcoming event you have going on.
Which one?
Okay,
feel
well,
like I'm
matter of
just-
fact, introduce yourself for those who might be living under a rock and don't know who you are.
Well, as you said, my name is Amillion, a poet. My full name is Lucas Amillion Mayfield. I kind of, man, it's hard to know where to start with this one, but basically, I'm a father first. I kept poet because poetry was my introduction to the hip hop world. My book was my introduction to my voice to the world. And I've now recently used this hip hop platform to take me all over the country and just share my joy, share my dream, and my message with the world. So in between that, you got some workshops, you got some community events, and you just got anything that's from my heart.
One of the things I really love about you, and I have my son follow you, and my son is like so not a groupie.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
he's like,
me.
Mom, what you talking about? But I was like, Raheem, he played ball.
Yeah, he's
You
a
know, he went to
star.
college and he
Yeah.
went overseas, and I tell him, that was the path that you took. I said, and look at him, and he after basketball, he still had life. What are your goals after basketball? So when you came back from overseas and you said, okay, I'm home,
Right.
what did you say I'm going to do? This was it?
Honestly, I was like, God, what am I gonna do? I didn't know. Like I said, I started this story with the poetry, but if you wanted to start it with the basketball, I traded my basketball in for my ballpoint pen. I found out my daughter was gonna be born as I was going overseas, and I kind of that was a no-brainer. I wanted to always be a hands-on father, so it wasn't about the money. I was blessed to get that contract, but then it was about, okay, what you gonna do now? I always had this plan. I never had like a 1, 2, 3. I had like a A, what I call A1 through 10 plan. So I always knew, even with an athlete, I wanted to be like Muhammad Ali, where I just had something to say. I wanted to use that platform to speak my
Say
message.
something.
I always had the poetry and the words and the lyrics. I just thought I was going to use that platform. He took me the humble route. So he took me through going to prisons, going to churches, going to schools, and of course the hip hop world. So we here now. We here.
One of the things, as I was researching you, well, I already knew who you were, but I started watching your videos
Right.
and stuff, and you always have like the dopest two-liners. It's like quotes by Amillion. You should like
Yeah,
do
they
a
used
whole
to call me
book.
a human stat.
Yes, I mean, all these quotes. So, yeah, you got anything for Amillion? Because you don't.
I do. So I want to know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you gave me that look.
No, I'm
Hold
okay.
on.
What are you trying to say?
Uh-oh.
So this has been a burning question I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Where did all of that stem from? Now I know you said you have children or
I
a
have a
daughter.
daughter.
A daughter.
I have
Okay,
a
you have a
daughter,
daughter.
Leah.
So you were a poet,
Yeah, still a
First.
poet.
right? You're a poet. You're a poet. But I know a lot of times people with creative minds like that, and they use it, they put it down on paper. As you said, you used a ballpoint pen. It stems from somewhere. Like, did something occur in your life as a child? Childhood. Memories, trauma, anything? Was it therapeutic? Like, how did that come
It was
about?
definitely therapeutic. If you ask like my mother, and they said I was doing it back then, to me, I was just saying my life. It just happened to rhyme. I always say like my life my life isn't rhyme. It just happens to. You know what I mean? Like my life never rhymed. I just made it poetry. So it was kind of like I would go through the worst things, and that was my outlet. I was the only child growing up.
Yeah.
You know, I was the only child, and when I moved to Delaware at a very young age, we were escaping poverty, and kind of poetry was that friend. You know, that and basketball. I was hiding behind that. I was afraid of my middle name at the time, and now I embrace it. Now it's really what the movement is. It's bigger than me now. A million means 1 in a million. So the goal is to now inspire millions to become 1 in a million, not another statistic. That's the 1 in A. That's everything from apparel, just being a human brand, inspire other
The
people
hat
to
has
do
your
it.
logo on it.
Yeah.
That was my first question when I met you.
definitely.
I was like, "Is your real name Amillion?"
Yeah,
So that's my real
everybody's
name.
real name. Yeah, that's definitely.
That's my real
I
name.
like it though, and I like
Definitely.
the one in A.
Yes, 1 in
And
a
the
million.
meaning behind
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. Even Aaliyah.
Yes.
Like I used to play Aaliyah's 1 in a million album.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
1 in a
stuff.
million
Yeah.
and Aaliyah. I never
Everything
put it
is
together.
organic. Everything.
Oh, you are
I
poetic.
promise you.
Oh, that's dope.
See, now you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I might as well make a living
I
doing
should wear
it.
my bamboo
Like-
earrings. That's what like.
Oh, Lord help her.
Let's talk about Firefly.
Okay.
In case people don't know what Firefly is, it's a big, crazy concert in Dover every year. I mean, people stop traffic. They're in traffic. They're taking showers
Yeah.
down there. They are grilling outside. How long is it? It's like a week long?
It's like a week-long
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Yeah, like no bath, like no movement.
It's crazy.
It's just,
insane.
yeah, so talk about it.
It's a blessing too. It probably it had been in my hindsight about 4 years. It's been here 6 years. It's basically one of the top 5 festivals in the world now. And it had been in my hindsight where I was just like, you know, my daughter's 10 now. I walked out on my 9 to 5 when she was 1 after I got back from that contract. And to do this from Delaware, everybody knows like
Yes.
you got to move around. So to be able to now have a platform in my hometown, that just meant everything to me. I've done some large festivals like Essence before, and of course a lot of the local festivals, but that just meant a lot for us to finally have a platform, because I had to go there to actually make this living to feed my daughter, go all around the world 3 times now. So that just, to me, it's a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to. A lot of people is like, you know, I hear it every day, so I'm trying to embrace the journey instead of just the destination. So
You said I had a quote, and I was trying to remember
got
it,
a
and
whole bunch of 'em.
it said, if you can't change your state, change your state of
you
mind.
can't change the state you're in, change your state of mind.
Yes, yes.
That was actually my original before I even embarked in this. I knew I wanted to represent Delaware. I wanted to represent all of this, but I knew I just couldn't have a local state of mind, so I had to rep it everywhere else.
Yes.
Come back and then let them know, listen, you can do this too. They loving it. They loving
Well,
it.
that was good because that falls into what I was wanting to say, what I was
Okay.
thinking. How for someone who may want to, who have that same passion or drive, desire. Even like me and my sister. You know, we're starting here in Wilmington, Delaware. But you might have
already
the
in Paris.
passion and a desire deep down inside of you. You might even have the skills and the ability.
Right.
But how did you execute? Like, how did you put yourself out there? How did, because you said you started by churches and prisons. Did somebody just invite you to come? Did you say your recitals at a church and you were found out? Like, how did it happen?
Well, I'm gonna
for
keep
you?
it a million. I definitely, I don't like to skip steps. I tell people, I started in those little cafes too. They was snapping, and I don't feel comfortable. I could snap anywhere. So it was more or less. I started there and took a humble route just to see how it felt and put myself out there for free. Like I tell people, they skip a lot of these steps. You know what I mean? I did it for free. I
That's
put it
right.
out there, and to give you a story, when I first did when I walked down the 9 to 5, long story short, I went there. I got like $200 to do a feature, spoken word. It was about 40 people there. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have walked out. And after I gave him I think it was like 5 to 10 minutes, I walked. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it to him. And I came back out, and it was 35 people waiting for my book. And I still made what I made in that week at work. And I said, you know what, no, I'm gonna keep on going. And I just think all that came from, I heard you said your background as far as being a Christian and faith. That's believing in what you can't see. So I had that vision before I was on this couch that I was gonna be here one day. You know,
those
so
things that are not
Yeah.
as though they are.
Manifested it, and that's just the
Definitely.
principle. You know, we're not gonna go to church on you. That's just that's the principle, though. You know, seeing it and then believing you can have
Definitely.
it and letting it manifest in your life because you believed in yourself. So we're
Amen.
excited. I'm excited about that. So you talked about Firefly. So
Okay.
tell us the steps to like even get into Firefly. So as you get there, how long are you gonna stay? You performing just one day?
Right now I'm only allowed to speak about the first performance.
Oh, okay, okay.
So Thursday will be the first day, and then we just gonna say, God willingly, I get to see that stage again before the end of the weekend.
Okay.
So that's the route we're gonna take right now. But the steps were basically everything we talked about on this chair. I was traveling the country. I actually ended up on tour. Golden Voice was on tour as well.
Okay.
Golden Voice is they do Coachella. If you look that up, that's the number. That's like, that's it. You get there, yeah, Coachella. So,
She like rap.
oh yeah. Well, we were on, like I said, on tour in UK. They were part of that. I know that was like one dot. Another dot was a great friend of mine, Kay Sass. She works with the mayor, hand in hand, and they were getting interviewed by Red Frog, who is another person that puts it together. That's the main group, Red Frog and Golden Voice.
Okay.
That's who brings you Firefly. So that and that man, you know.
Did it.
Yeah.
One last question for Amillion
One
before we
last
go to into our events. One last question is, I heard you got the key to the city in Dover. He has the key to Dover. The black folk in
That was
Dover.
definitely a blessing. That was a
Yes.
blessing. That happened about it's been about a year now.
Won't
Yes.
you do
It's
it?
been about
Won't
a
he
year.
do it?
Do it.
Yeah,
Bring
do
you
it.
from the
Do
pit
it.
to the palace.
Right, because I didn't
Yes.
know
Won't
anything
he?
about those keys. You
Yes.
know what I mean? So that was a blessing. I'm just trying to use them to open doors, and
That's
Yes.
awesome.
I got a little. Yeah,
Yes.
he's got a little gift.
We got gifts. Listen, if we invite you onto our show, bring us gifts. Do not come here without gifts. Bring a house gift. Listen.
I'm setting the precedent.
Yes, when
Bring
you
a
come
gift.
here, bring a gift. Now I don't drink, but you could bring a bottle of apple cider or something, or bring some fruit. He brought us the key. It's a flash drive.
Yeah, that's the key
You
to
know, I've
the.
been
That's
needing
how I
a flash
presented my
drive.
mixtapes. You know they doing it. It's a digital world now, so you get the music, the
I
videos,
just asked
everything
for a
on there.
flash drive.
Yeah,
We appreciate you.
I appreciate
that
you.
you
Thank you
came.
very
Thank you
much.
so
No.
much. I appreciate you
Doing
driving
an
this far
awesome
and
job.
coming.
Least I could do.
Doing
And I
an
wish you
awesome
well
job.
as far as your success too.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate y'all.
We
Thank
hope
you.
to do something with you or run into you again soon.
That's gonna
I
be the
wanna go to
next move, best
Firefly.
move.
Yeah. All right. Yes, the
see
next
that
move, the
traffic.
best move.
Yeah, that's
like
gonna
that.
be the
Yes.
next one.
If you can't change the state that you're in,
Change your
change your state of mind. I'm gonna have that stitched on the wall somewhere and have them sign it. That's dope. Seriously, I mean that's that's the
appreciate you.
realest thing.
Yes.
So we're gonna go right into our upcoming events, and we're gonna have Amillion close us out with a video that he sent me. So we're gonna play that on the way out, in case you haven't heard his music.
Oh, our events.
Are
Yes.
you ready for our events?
I am now.
Our shout out events. Go
What
ahead.
you got?
You can start off. You can start off.
All right, starting off tomorrow night, New Destiny Fellowship Church. They will be having Bishop Marvin Sapp, 7 p.m. Be there. Don't miss it. You don't want to miss it.
Be on time. It's going to be crowded, and we will be in the house. The Wooten sisters will be there.
Then we want you to follow the Wooten sisters as we participate in helping the Reed Refuge Center with their Safe City project. That will be taking place on April 25th, 504 North Market Street in Wilmington, Delaware. That's at 5:30 p.m. We'll be posting these also as the events come up. Also, we'll be doing something with Shannon Lally, Heart of the City, as he embarks on his new artist showcase. Brother Shannon Lally. That'll take place Saturday, April 28th. Saturday, April 28th from 7 to 10 p.m., 1232 North King Street. Yes, and then last but not least, we will be participating with Miss Carmela Jackson in the Blessed, Bold, and Bodacious fashion show, right?
Yes,
Say
yes.
that 3 times fast,
Yes.
fashion show.
Church mother.
Sunday, May 6th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And you will get more information on that as well, all of these events. What do you have, Lori?
Govern yourself accordingly to our church events that we just shouted out.
I'm sorry, I'm a church girl at heart. I'm sorry.
We won't have the pastor give the announcements any longer, but govern yourself accordingly to those announcements. You can catch them on our Instagram page. We will have them up. Can you usher us out with the video, please? Thank you. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys next month.
Thank you.
You know, then yeah, yo. Yeah. Yeah. Relevant beats, I'm feeling this one. Talk my ish. Sing to America. Yeah, yeah. I said, Badu, don't do that. Got my window seat, hit my do-rag. Had to leave school, now I'm in first class. Got my bachelor's, then I mastered my craft. Gotta be blunt, no puff, pass flow. No collect 200 pass go. No collect calls when you fall, but you count every dime there when you ball. Let that marinate, yeah. Hope my words help you relate. It's a lonely road to the top, but I came too far now just to drop another mixtape. Nah, need your soul just to meditate, to the point of say, yeah, new album and book on the way. Need your love just to medicate. Need your soul just to meditate, to the point of say, yeah, yeah. Need your love just to medicate. Need your soul just to meditate, to the point of say. Would I make more if I sold yeah yo? Sell more if I sound like yeah yo? Heard they talk about a Delaware war show. What if I crash that stage like yeah though? I can stay in my lane, I'm in a plane though. I see I'm getting real mad, I can't complain though. See me playing with words, peep the game though. Forget the fame, let me show you how the game go. While Paulie was opening for Pie House, I got the near UK and bought another house. While Book 50 had the streets in a frenzy, I had 2 movies, big screen, boy you dig me. While Bridge was battling on Smack, held my pops fight addiction on that. While Raw was trying to save a city, I made history, got the key to my city. Yeah, yeah. Would I make more if I sold yeah yo? Sell more if I sound like yeah yo? Would I make more if I sold yeah yo? Sell more if I sound like yeah yo? What up, Rocco? I ain't done. My DJ Brand was on tour, Meek Mill. I told my Achilles to still close the deal. While Sat was killing beats in Spotify, I beat my case and still secure a Firefly. While 302 argue about who can rap, I'm in another country putting us on the map. They scream yay every time I say yo. Still somehow I feel so alone. In a class of my own. Yeah. Next move, best move.